Good evening and welcome to Let's Talk Shop with Russ.
Oh yeah.
Here we are on another Saturday night, having some fun. We got to talking and they had to remind me what time it was, and I don't even have the pages pulled up on this computer over here
Neither
yet.
do I.
Yeah, we got to talking about anything. Got talking about embroidery. Let's see, we had talked about ship work and ships and sailing and captain's license and pilot's license and bookmarkers. I mean, you name it. We run the gamut on what we talked about before. So thank y'all all for being out there in the chat. I appreciate it. Rick St. Louis is out there. Heirloom Game Calls. Aussie
Right.
Man. Good to see you, Aussie Man. James Parker. Good to see you, James.
Ew,
And I got
Jimbo.
you. Yeah, James, I got your cup done. I just got to get my lazy butt to the UPS or the post office and ship it. I just been kind of busy. We had uh, four grandchildren for most of the day. Our uh, son and daughter-in-law don't get an opportunity because a couple of their children are autistic, so they don't get a lot of opportunity to go and do things because the children don't like being babysitters. So they've gotten used to us as the
Yeah.
grandparents. So we usually watch them for them anytime they need it because they just won't go with anybody else. And so they went to Busch Gardens today to have some fun for a change and watch the kiddos. So it was a very, very, very busy day. Let me tell you, if you've ever watched one autistic child, and imagine watching two of them. So it entertained me and my wife, and we had a good time. But James, I will try to get to your cup to you this. I want to try to get it out before Thanksgiving. I mean, I don't know what day it'll get there, but if I can, I'm gonna try to go tomorrow. But I'm not making any promises. Every time I do, things don't work out that way. So JJE is out there. Lynn's handcrafted wood signs. Aussie Man.
Aussie Man.
Yeah. Looking
If
back.
you haven't been over to Aussie Man's YouTube, he's got over 90 videos. Very interesting stuff.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Very
Really.
interesting.
Can you put a
Heirloom
link up?
game calls.
You know,
Yeah, I might be able to do that. Yeah, that's an awesome idea. That is just man.
Boy.
I'm just falling down on the job, I guess. Yeah, we were talking
So
about
anyway,
places we go, people we go see, and stuff. Anyway, go ahead, Russ. That's all I just wanted to say about that.
no, I just Michelle Marcoux is out there. I want to make sure I didn't forget him. Michelle Marcoux is out there.
Bonsoir.
Pretty much all of our regulars, JJE, like I said, Lynn's Handcrafted Wood Shop, wood signs, I should say. So I just wanted to make a little comment here. It's out of the ordinary. But as soon as I pulled up a picture or Facebook, the person that came up was Jeremiah Brown, Jerry Brown. He's been on our show, and yeah. Did you see the picture where he took his dogs and they had to be groomed, and he took them? Can't think of the name of the place right now. I would never take my dog to that place anyway. I heard bad things about it. PetSmart, and
Yes.
they razor burnt. They cut the hair so short it actually the razor burned his back and his neck.
Wow.
Yeah,
I don't take them there, Bella there anymore, because she has come back and she's been just a total wreck. I mean, there's just something,
yeah.
And the next time we took her there, the first thing she did is she squatted and peed right in front of us. I mean, it was like she was really just scared of it.
I've heard bad things about those places. Yeah, no, I've heard bad things about those places. So
that's funny because we used it up in Mass, and
I think it has to deal with two or three things. Number one, the manager, of course, he's responsible, but then the people that are doing the stuff to your dogs need to care about animals, and I think you get some of these people that are there to make $5 an hour and they don't give a flip and they can care less if they
Or
hurt
they
your
haven't been
animal.
trained
And
how to
that's
do it.
Yeah, or they haven't been trained. Probably a combination of both. They didn't want to take the time to train them. They just throw them in there and say, "Hey, watch the dogs."
Donald's back if you'll let him in.
Donald who?
Yeah, Donald who? Who's Donald? What Donald? The guy
I
that
busted a paw and hit the wrong button.
the guy that
Just for being
wants to
aggressive.
talk about some of the grossest stuff I've ever heard of. But your poop box, I've already been there, done that. I was going to tell you that, by the way.
Hey, Russ.
Yes.
There's the chieftain down there and the Lady Washington. I'm sitting in the cabin of the chieftain, which is, I thought they were equally sized. Maybe it might be that the Lady Washington is a little further back, but I'm sitting in the cabin of that ship right now. See the waves are bobbing me back and forth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I was going to say, if you were sitting in the cabin of that ship, you'd be.
I know. Thanks, Russ, for showing it.
Yeah, because my wife gets seasick. I do not at all. So we've been on a few cruises and stuff, and that bother me. She has to actually put Dramamine patches on behind her ear before she ever gets on the boat. And then I think she has to put one a day on, like she can take a shower and then has to put a new one on and whatever, but she has to have Dramamine to keep from. And then you see the people.
Once you've been on a John boat with any member of my family, you ain't getting seasick ever again.
Then you have to not only that, then you can tell the ones that don't have the Dramamine.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people don't go on cruises for that reason. They get stuck and they can't go nowhere for 7 days and they're sick.
Yeah, the whole time.
Yep. Some of my buddies told me about it.
Yeah, the Dramamine patches actually work. They work for her because she gets not only seasick, she gets car sick sometimes.
Really?
So if we're on a long trip, she can get car sick.
Yeah, I used to get like that when I was younger.
Never had that problem. I like
Yeah.
it.
Well, before I forget it though, Chris, tell us where we can find you.
Again, Chris here at the Old Cranky Workshop. Find me on Facebook and YouTube and my nice, clean, spanking new shop. And the shop tour video begins tomorrow. So,
Cool.
that's all I got.
Donna.
Donna Presley, Donna's with Art and Mother. You can find us here in the embroidery shop. Next week will be the wood shop, and for starting today, already started today. For the next week, you find us out in the yard picking pecans with the grandkids.
Okay. They're
Pecans.
pecans, not pecans.
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 Potter.
If you're from the South, it's a pecan.
From the south.
Peter.
No,
I
you ain't
posted about that the other day.
I'm further south. I was born further south than you. I was born here in Lakeland, so
I don't know. I'm born in Texas.
you're anything north of the Florida line is northerner.
I was born in Texas, not Alabama.
Oh, okay. Al. Yeah, Al.
Is that anything like the Mason-Dixie line? Anyway,
Mason
Kilroy. Oh, geez, I just messed it up. Kilroy 79763. You can find me here Sunday at 2 p.m. and it doesn't look like it's gonna do it. But anyway, let's try this again. Let's see if I can do it. You can find me here Sunday 2 p.m. Anyway.
I'll be there.
So we
Sunday
supposed to do
afternoon or
something?
not.
You're supposed to
Yeah.
scan that.
Yeah. Jim.
Russ is excited.
No, what I said was I'm not sure I'm going to be here tomorrow afternoon. I know I'm going to church, but I think we have something to do tomorrow afternoon. So I don't know. I don't have to scan it. I got you on my Twitch channel. So I just click that little thing in the bar. It says Twitch, and it brings up everybody that's online on the left channel. And I see Kilroy, and I just hit click, and I'm right there. All right,
Thank you
Jim,
for being
go ahead.
here.
You're welcome.
Jim Bashir's Driveway Workshop.
Paul.
Paul Corliss, Paul's Messy Workshop. You can find me on YouTube, Instagram, and tomorrow at 3 o'clock real time, 2 o'clock
2 p.m. Central.
time, you'll be able to find me watching Al over on his Twitch channel. And I critique his work to see if he's doing it right.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Just for fun.
Just for fun.
Yep. Dixon.
Dixon Hoffman signs and decals and printing, and I cleaned my shop this morning, and I found a
wow.
grandchild. I found one of my grandkids after I cleaned the shop.
Were they all dried and shriveled up?
They had a beard. He had a beard. The little one was 8 years old. He had a beard on him, so he was there for a while.
Yeah, I'd say so. And last but not least, Donald.
I'm Donald Matthews from Donald
troublemaker.
Block Size Wood Shop on YouTube. I got a website, redneckknowhow.com. And if you find any packages from UPS with my name on them anywhere in the next few days, don't open them.
Okie dokie.
Ooh.
Don't open them. No, that's the reason they were. I had to do one of those tests, and it came back, and that's the reason the doctor wants to get me a colonoscopy.
Are you going there? Are we going there?
We're going there because
That road.
we're going there because you need to get a colonoscopy. I've been trying to get one since the pandemic.
Okay.
My doctor told me to get one, and the pandemic hit, and they shut everything down except for emergency surgeries. I couldn't get one, so for 2 years I had to wait, and I'm just now. I just now got scheduled after 3 months of waiting. I got a date finally. I think it's December 6th, if I'm not mistaken. Let me look at the calendar.
I'll pass.
I encourage everyone to see their doctor and inquire about a
I
colonoscopy.
am living proof that you need to go get those.
Yeah.
Yes, mine
I had
is
a third of my colon taken out
Yes.
because I had polyps.
I had
Yep.
an endoscope on Thursday where they go down through and look at your stomach. I had one of those on Thursday, and then in January I get a colonoscopy, and I'm like a charter member at that place.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I got a
I've
card.
had a scope, but never mind. Too much detail.
Anyway, I finally got an appointment. December 6th is my colonoscopy, so I'll go in and have mine done.
That's definitely something. If there's anything wrong, I want to catch it early.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well,
Hey, Russ.
unfortunately, I've been trying to get it done for 3 years. So, I mean, whenever the pandemic hit, they were like, we're not doing anything except emergency have-to surgeries. Like if you have an appendix burst, yeah, they'll do that surgery. But if it's just for like what I was doing, they were like, nope, no can do. So 2 years I waited, and then it's been trying to get one. And like I said, for 3 months, we've been just waiting on a date. We were approved. We're just waiting on a date. And I finally got a date. I got this date 3 weeks. I can look on my phone and tell you when I got it. I think it was 3 weeks ago when they finally called me.
Russ, Aussie Man wants to know what happened to all the sponsors you used to read out. At the
Because I quit doing sponsorships because of the fact that whenever I stopped kind of like doing videos all the time, woodworking videos and stuff, I had kept my sponsors. I did keep them for a while, even when I was just doing the Let's Talk Shop with Russ, but I finally I don't care about it anymore as far as that goes. Actually, if I told you last year or year before last, I'm starting to take off more time to be with family, so I'm not doing as many shows. Heck, here we are in November. I've only done 27 shows this year.
Wow.
So family became more important, and I am slowly winding down to the end. I will let you know that Let's Talk Shop. Russ is considering retirement. Not right this minute, but yes, I am considering retiring from it. So that's the reason I'm not doing as many shows, because like 4 years ago when a grandkid had a birthday, they actually planned his birthday party around my show because they knew I wouldn't go on Saturday, or they had it early Saturday afternoon, like at 12 or 1 o'clock, so I could go and get home. And I just said, to heck with it. I'm not doing that anymore. If they have a birthday party, plan it, and I'll be there. I'll just cancel the show. Just as simple as that.
Yep.
So, Heirloom Game calls. He says they're prepping him now for an aortic valve replacement soon.
Oh,
Wow.
Yeah, I had one of those. Those aren't bad.
I will. We're in the little doctor phase here. I will tell you that I had a sonogram done of my aorta from my stomach through down to my femoral arteries and veins of my legs, the major veins, and I had that done 2 weeks ago. And the doctor, when I went in to get, I'm getting once a week, I get allergy shots. They're trying to help me with my allergies as far as pollen and stuff like that. So I get allergy shots once a week for the next 21 weeks. Anyway, while I was there, they told me, the doctor said, I might as well go ahead and talk to you about your sonogram, ultrasound, whatever it was. And I said, oh, yeah. I says, how long is it going to take? He said, about 2 seconds. And I said, what is that? He said, you're fine. They said, you have 98% blood flow and your veins coming back, and you have 100% blood flow of your arteries going down. So at 98%, you ain't got nothing to worry about. You're fine. So that means my lower extremities my circulation is excellent in my lower extremities. So, yeah, I got a CT scan coming up. It's actually called, Heirloom Game Calls has got one. He's getting it on Monday. I got a calcium CT scan. Has anybody ever heard of that one?
A what?
nope.
A calcium CT scan.
No.
Okay, I hadn't either. My doctor
Make it
explained
up.
it to me. No, they inject a dye into you, and they take a CT scan of your heart.
Oh, yeah, I've had those. Yeah.
Yeah, just to make sure that all the veins and arteries are doing what they're supposed to be doing in your heart.
The
So
last time they did something like that to me, it was the chalky stuff that they kept calling a dye.
Oh.
And I told them, I'm at the doctor's office. Could we use another phrase for this besides dye?
I'm not too worried because I've had numerous EKGs, and I had a aortic or a ultrasound of my heart done a few months ago. I don't know why he's calling for this, and everything's always come back that I have. My doctor even told me, he said, with all the test results come back, you have a heart of a 30-year-old. So,
And they want it back.
yeah, exactly. So I'm not too. I just since we're going in this direction, I am having a little problem when I had it before with my blood pressure. My blood pressure has been kind of high, so they got me on a pill for that for a while. But it's happened before. I've had some times in my life when I had high blood pressure for a while, and I would take the pill for let's say 3 or 4 months, and I decided I'm going to try not taking it and see what happens. So I quit taking it for 2 or 3 weeks, and my blood pressure went back to normal. So I don't know why I get these little waves of this, whether it's anxiety or whatever it is, but I'm having that problem right now. Yeah, when the doctor's office the other day, my blood pressure was 151 over 101.
My
So
parents, my teachers, all that had
That's-
high blood
that's
pressure
high.
mouth around.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's the reason he said, yeah, we need to do something about this. And I said, yeah, I started noticing about a week ago that in the afternoons, you know how you get flush face? I know women know that because they go through the change of life. They get the hot flashes. My wife's face gets red, but you have kind of like a flush feeling in your face. Your face turns really warm or whatever.
She
So
got mad at you? Oh,
You know, I was having those in the afternoon. So one afternoon I went like, I wonder if this could be my blood pressure. And sure enough, my blood pressure was high. So I waited a little bit and tried it for a few days. And so when I went to the doctor's office, high, and I said, yeah, I've noticed it for about a week now. So obviously we got a problem. So he gave me this little tablet. I think it was Ativan. He said, "Do not take this until you get home, because some people it makes them woozy. Some people they're fine. Other people makes them want to take a nap." But he says, "Take this, get this prescription filled, and start taking one of these a day." And so I got home, took that Ativan, and in about 15, 20 minutes, I started feeling good.
Oh
And
yeah,
I went into
they're fun.
I went into it. My blood pressure was like 114/72. It went from that at the doctor's office to 114/72 within after taking that pill.
Yeah,
So
I
it's
feel
like,
a lot better since I've been on the what is it, Xanapril. But
Yeah.
mine's got that water pill added to it. So.
yeah, I don't have a water problem. He put me on metoprolol, which is another blood pressure pill. They found out I do have anxiety, and so he said metoprolol. They found out that people that with anxiety and blood pressure go hand in hand. It's not unusual for people with anxiety to have high blood pressure.
Yep.
It's not unusual for people with high blood pressure to have anxiety. So metoprolol, they found out the people that were took it that had anxiety, they didn't have to take their anxiety pills because it worked. So he said, let's try metoprolol. So we're working on that right now to see how that does.
And my feet just swell up real bad sometimes. And
Yeah.
from what they tell me, that's because I've worked all my life on concrete floors.
Yeah. This is what was the name of that TV show? General Hospital. This is the episode of General Hospital. Let's talk sauce with Russ. Because we ain't talked about woodworking any.
I got a script for the Ativan too, and we figured out what was causing my anxiety. 2014-15 winter, where the ice got under the siding on the house and got into the house and destroyed the kitchen ceiling and got $1,000 worth of other work. We had been renovating this house for 10 years at that point.
Wow.
So every time it snowed and rained after that, I would
You got anxiety.
I'd lie there in bed all night listening for dripping water.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
All the viewers are sitting there going, ain't no wonder they get some of the crazy ideas. They get all on drugs.
Yeah.
It's insane. I never thought I would have an anxious moment in my life, but Amy says she
I never had it until after 1993 when I divorced the little woman that I was living with or married to. So she caused it all. Trust me.
I've got it.
You think I'm kidding? I was seeing a psychiatrist. I was seeing a therapist, and my medical doctor were all working on me because of some of the problems I was having. And one of them was anxiety that caused. Oh, it's a heck of a. I think I've told you all the story, haven't I?
Probably. We've been together
Yeah,
a while.
Yeah, I think I have. It's Cameron and Corey, my son's mother. Brandy and Amber, from their mother got killed in the car wreck in 1978, 77. Yeah. So Cameron and Corey's mother. It was. Let's put it this way. I guarantee it's pretty much a story about divorce and things that happen. I'm willing to say there are very few people that have ever had this situation. I'm not saying they haven't, because I know there's enough divorces and stuff that goes on, but there's very few people that went through what I went through.
Was she trying to take your shop away from you?
No.
I mean, that would do it to me.
It was much worse than that.
Well, I'll tell you, the only time I really had problems with anxiety and depression was right after my father passed away. Me and my son's mama were fighting and split up, and I was in a mess.
Yeah. Trust me, I was in a mess too. Dan Inge says, I take metoprolol twice a day. All right, so the whole show was supposed to be on ideas and references. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're finally going to get to that. We're halfway through the show. We're going to get to it. But yeah.
It says that he gets his inspiration from Pinterest and Steve Good.
Who said that?
Jimbo. James.
Jimbo.
Yeah,
Well,
James
Steve,
Parker.
Steve Good's a great one to get it from.
Yeah.
You can take the patterns and move them over to laser, that paint rack and the dice roller. That was a Steve Good original. Man,
Yep.
loved it. Loved it.
Heirloom Game Call said, should I buy a 30-watt fiber laser? First off, ask yourself, what are you going to use it for? Fiber are great for metal. Most of your CO2 lasers, I'm not going to say they won't, because there's hacks you can do and get them to etch onto some metals, softer metals. But fiber will definitely etch on metals. They're very more accurate. You can laser something on the size of a quarter and it looks fantastic.
Brian already has a CO2 laser, so he's
Yeah.
got that. So it's a great addition to
Yeah.
the shop.
Yeah.
Yes.
I would
It
say
depends
if
you want to have fun. If you want to have fun, then whatever it takes to
Yeah.
have fun. But otherwise, the first thing I look at is, am I going to make my money back? But a lot
Yeah.
of guys just get it for fun.
I've never made a penny off my woodworking.
I was having a conversation with Brian specifically about that, and it is for fun. It, like
Yeah.
I say, no matter what you do it just for fun.
hey,
That's what
I
he's gonna
bought an
do.
embroidery machine. I plan on doing, as I get better, I plan on doing embroidery for people and charging them. Don't get me wrong, but I bought it for fun. I wanted to do my shirts.
And Dixon's comment is very valid too, by the way.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to
If
disagree.
you've got the money, and you want to have fun, buy it.
Yep.
But that's what it's good for. It does a fantastic job. Like for instance, somebody gives you a knife, the blade of the knife. You can engrave on the blade of the knife for them for like a birthday present or whatever. So it will do that.
And I think he does knives also, I believe.
Yeah, I
He was
think
talking
so.
to me about he was doing sheaths and stuff. So yeah.
What's that? There's a pattern on knives that they give a specific name to.
Yeah, I was going to start etching that Damascus pattern on knives and then sell them.
Yeah,
as
Damascus.
high-end. Then you can sell them as high-end knives. Yeah.
Yes. My son just bought one the other day that had that pattern on it. And I told him, I said, I guarantee you a fiber laser did that. So, but yeah.
I can't wait to see his work.
I used to make a lot more money than I do now, but I cut down production. I turn a lot of stuff down. I was making anywhere between $6,000-8,000 a month doing woodworking when I was in like full production. Then I dropped down to I was going to no longer do any custom jobs except for a handful for really close friends or whatever that I knew or family members, because I had some problems with a few custom jobs. One lady picked it apart and said she'd only give me like $50 for it, and I told her, heck no. So I turned around and started walking away, and she says, what are you going to do? And I said, I'm going to take this home and throw it in the fireplace. She said, do what? I said, I want to take it home and throw it in the fireplace. I said, if you ain't going to give me for what I want for it, I damn sure ain't going to sell it to you.
Right.
So she was like, wait. I'll give you the 100 for it.
Uh-huh.
They second guess real fast.
Yep. And I would. I'll throw it in the I don't have a problem with that. I'll throw it in the fireplace. I'll be damn sure I ain't going to give it to you for $50 when I know it cost me, my time and everything in it.
My rule was anything over $100, I want 50% down before I start the job. Then they can say whatever they want. If they don't want it, it doesn't matter. I still made 50.
Yeah.
So then I always get half down. Always.
I've cut down to this is how it works. I make stuff that I want to make and I feel like making. Like today, I might wake up and say I'm going to 3D print something. Tomorrow, I might wake up and say I'm going to do some laser work. The next day, I might wake up and say I want to turn a bowl. And then I put it out there, and I've got enough people that I know that if they're interested, they buy it, and I make money. If they're not interested, I don't sell it, and I don't make money. Just that simple. And I would say 70% of the time, I end up selling stuff. Like when I started making these cups and started taking them to church, people people started buying them. They were like, "Oh, I've never seen a cup, with Bible verses and stuff on them. You see everything else." And I
See
said,
you later, Paul.
Here they are. But you leaving, Paul? See you, Paul.
Okay.
Bye, Paul.
Bye.
See you later, Paul.
So
See you
yeah.
tomorrow, Paul.
So I've sold. I ordered a case of 24, and I think I'm fixing to have to order another case because I pretty well got rid of all 24 of them.
So I'm imagining you don't run into any copyright problems with those sayings from the Bible, right?
No, you can't. No, that's one place you pretty much can't.
Well,
Not unless the Hebrew.
I was going to say,
Yeah, not unless the Jews come
not
after you.
plagiarize.
Yeah,
You don't want to get hit by lightning doing that.
Exactly.
yeah,
and the Lord said unto us,
yeah.
"Thou shalt stop
but-
making the sea."
Well, when I first saw them, the first thing that came to mind was the Bible verses because you see them for everything else, but I don't see them. I have not seen a first person advertise for Bible verses, so that's why I went that direction, and it's worked out very well for me. So, and then I printed the one that says I have one for our church. Our church color is green, and it's Willow Oak Baptist Church. And so I used their logo and everything on the cup. I asked the pastor's permission, and at the top I put "Follow me to," and it says Willow Oak Baptist Church. It has the address and everything on it, and then it has our churches, which is the Baptist. How do you want to say it? Our theme or whatever underneath it. So. And they want me to now. They're talking to me, which I told them I would do it. I'll do it for cost. They want me to make them, and we have gift bags at our visitor center. And if you come to our church, you're brand new. We ask you to fill out a card.
It's 2 or 3.
If you're brand new to our church, and you take that to the visitor center and give it to them, and they will give you a gift bag. And the gift bag has all kinds of cool stuff in it, like pens and all kinds of stuff, Bibles, many Bible things. And then, but anyway, they're talking about doing that welcome to Will or follow me to Will Baptist Church. They're talking about me making these for those gift bags.
there you go.
So,
Do them with the handles.
So-
I don't want the one with the hand.
so if you want to know about my inspiration, where I get it from is by just looking at everything. I mean, I have so many friends that are doing woodworking. I got people that are doing sublimation. I got Donna that's doing embroidery. I see their stuff that they're doing, and I get my inspiration from that.
1, 2, or 3.
Yeah.
So,
Gotcha.
where do you get yours from, Chris?
Like you, I watch and I look around, but I'm also a fan of colonial times and the stuff they made by hand back then, the furniture and everything they needed had to be made by hand. So,
Yeah.
to the point where I get this magazine called Early American Life, and there's some projects that I've been wanting to try. Like I didn't get that on big screen. Do you full screen that?
Yeah. Hold on a second. I have to find the button and put solo layout, not remove from.
That chair on the bottom, a corner chair.
Oh, cool.
I want to try it. It might be beyond my abilities right now, but the first one's a failure. You try again.
That's
Are
right.
you going to try it with modern day tools?
Oh yeah.
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 I wanted to do a corner cabinet like this. in
Oh,
the
that's
old house
nice.
and just sold it. It wouldn't go so well in a Florida home.
Yeah.
And there's one more I was going to show. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there it is. The chest of drawers there.
Ah.
So
Yeah.
Nice.
I like the older look.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Simple.
I like the
I
simple,
see.
they were
Yeah.
built to last. And I also have my collection of woodwork books, Tom Abrams books, and kids' toys and workbench, and I probably about 25 books on my laptop.
Old ones like that picture you showed of the chest of drawers, that were really made with real wood.
Yep.
I mean, you could do so many things. I've seen so many people take them like that one done there, and that were stained, and they would sand them, and they would end up antiquing them with paint and stuff, and they look. You can do that with this particle board crap that they make now.
Right. When you buy an antique like that, I'd say you go to a yard sale, flea market, whatever. The big one is in Massachusetts at Brimfield. You really got to be careful. A lot of people are making furniture by hand with newer lumber, and they're distressing it.
Yep.
And a lot of them are getting away with it too.
Yeah.
It's not.
I get a kick. I go to these places and they got all them, and they got the real antique drawers. What they want.
Yeah.
I took them darn drawers, the real ones, off the farm, and that we threw them out.
I don't throw anything away.
It's crazy.
Russ, did you see the suggestions for sayings that are out in the chat?
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
I'm not. Some of them I'm not going to repeat. Some of them I'm not even going to repeat because I wouldn't type them in for fear of lightning hitting me.
even the panels, a bit of the peanut gallery there.
I like building that stuff. This magazine, Early American Life, is packed with ideas.
I might have to look into that. James has let me know how much for the cup. You don't owe me nothing, James. I'm sending it to you. It's from me to you, my friend. It's our friendship means more than the price of a cup. And I know you're going through a lot of hard times right now because you lost your wife. So this is just a little gift from me to you to say, I care about you. And if you ever need me, I'm always here. So don't worry about it. But yeah.
It's not so it does anything from woodwork to, it's not specifically a woodwork book or project, but project. But it also has people who do sewing patterns, doll clothes from the colonial era. So
wow,
it's a little something in that thing for everybody, in my opinion.
Cool. Where do you get your inspiration from, Donna? Whatever everybody else is making, you start making it.
Yep. I look around, it's like, and I see the different things. And I'm like, no, I don't like that. No, I don't like that. Oh, I like that one. I love making the elf stuff. I love doing the candy cane stuff.
Right.
I don't care to digitize my own. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to pay you. I'm going to give you your money since you like to digitize and you digitize this and I like it. So I just buy from other people.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
It's mainly the grandkids where they're like, "Ooh, can you make this?" And I'm like, "Yep."
Yeah. How come you don't try to digitize yourself?
Because I don't care to. I mean, I've done it. I did the Toyota stuff,
Yeah.
Because they wanted. I'm like, okay, no problem. It's names. It's just a little bit of a logo kind of thing. I like to be out actually doing this stuff. I'm trying to find somebody in the family like, look, I've got the programs. You can learn it. I can teach you it if y'all learn to digitize, because I don't care to digitize.
This I actually digitized myself.
See?
Cool.
Yep.
Digitize, it really isn't that hard as long as you pay attention to certain things. I mean, I've got my certificates of completion for, level 1, level 2, and level 3 of the digitizing course.
Right.
I've done all 3 of them. I digitize stuff because you have to digitize the stuff to be able to get it. And I'm like, okay, I know I can do it. Now I'm going to go make stuff.
Right.
Because
I noticed that. But in Hatch now, you can pretty well take a picture, especially if it's a simple picture like that pumpkin, for instance.
Right.
That was just a simple, and it digitized it for me.
Yeah, it'll do that, but you also got to watch when it does that because you might have 20 stops in it and you need to go in and fix it so you have less stops.
Right.
And then there's, you got to have your push and pull compensation. And because you do something round and by the time you're done, if you don't have the push and pull on there, it's going to be like this instead of round. Yeah. And it's like, you know what?
You think that could be part of my problems in breaking needles because I'm digitizing it myself?
Nope.
Good
try, but nope. I think it's a machine. I don't think it's your needle size. Because I use 7511 on that stuff all the time, and I can do 3 or 4 layers on it.
Yeah.
So
let's see. Jim Dockrell says, "Is this your Thanksgiving this week in USA?" Yes, this Thursday is Thanksgiving Day for us in the USA.
Hey, Thanksgiving to everyone, or happy Thanksgiving, or
Yeah. Yeah. Happy thing. Yeah, that's right. This is the last show before Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Because we won't be.
we've been eating turkey already.
And then Friday, it's funny because I thought our doctor's office, our doctor's out of town or off for Thanksgiving, but his workers are working Friday because I normally go on Thursdays to get my shots for my allergies. And since Thanksgiving's on Thursday, the lady called me and says, "We're moving you to Friday. Is that okay?" And I said, "Yeah." "Y'all are going to be open Friday?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Where's the doctor?" And she goes, "Oh, he won't be here." I was like, okay. So
doctors have gone retail.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't. A nurse can give you shots as far as these shots, especially. So
I used to give allergy shots to myself, just one under each arm.
Yep, that's where they give them to me, right there.
Yep.
It can't go in the muscle; it has to go in the fatty tissue.
Well, shoot, man.
And I got fatty tissue down here. Trust me.
Jab. Oh.
Okay, when I went and had an allergy test,
Yes.
they told me I was allergic to wood or trees, grass, cats, and dogs. Now, at least 6 other people that I talked to told me, yeah, they told me that also. Now, I mean, come on. Every one of us, same doctor, we all have the same allergies. And they're like, well, we can make you up an allergy shot. I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, if it gets that bad, I will move to the city and get rid of my animals.
Yeah. Let's put it this way. They told me I'm allergic to eggs and milk. I've been eating eggs. I was raised on a farm. I drink milk out of a cow's tit. I mean, come on. I have been eating eggs. I have went out and collected an egg out of a chicken's butt and walked inside and washed it off and cracked it and put it in the pan.
Correct.
So you washed it. Yeah. Okay. You did say you washed it off.
I told them I'm allergic to doctors.
Yeah.
Well,
they told me I'm allergic to that. I told the doctor. He sat there and I laughed when he said that. He said, "What's so funny?" And I said, "The fact that you told me I'm allergic to milk and eggs." I said, "I've been eating them and drinking milk my whole life, and now you're telling me I'm allergic to it." And he goes, "Well, all I can say is it showed up that you were allergic to it, and if it's not giving you problems, you've obviously built it up in immunity. So there's nothing I can tell you. If you want to do it, do it." And I said, if you think I'm going to stop drinking milk and eating eggs, you got another thing coming, dude. Yeah.
If I ain't going to bother you to begin with, how do you build up an immunity to it?
Good question.
I go out there and mow. I have almost 11 acres. I can be out there all day and I do my mowing. Yeah. I don't have a problem. It ain't breathing problem, anything. But if I go by a place who has just mowed recently, it's kind of hard for me to breathe.
Yeah. Well, because you're used to what's on your property because you live there.
Any place I've ever lived, I've never had a problem, but I've always had it to where if I go by one.
I've never had a problem till I hit late 50s. I started getting allergy infections and the only time of year is spring, whenever all the pollen, the trees are blooming, the flowers are blooming, everything else. Yeah, I start having problems then.
Right.
Other than that, no.
Hey, Russ, that you did take the milk out of the bucket first, right?
No, I drank it straight out of the teat, buddy. Turn the teat up, open your mouth, and squirt it in it.
Okay, I didn't need to know that.
Yeah.
That's a different flavor of milk.
Yes, sir. It don't take nothing like what we've got nowadays.
Yeah, exactly. If you've ever had milk in a jug, a big, I don't know, I guess that's what, a gallon with a round screw top that has just been filled up, and there's about that much cream on top.
On top of it, yeah.
But supposedly it's full of microbes and all sorts of other stuff.
Oh yeah.
People have no idea how healthy that is for your immune system.
You ain't kidding. My mother made our own butter. She churned our own butter, buddy.
Pasteurizing it does change the taste of milk.
Oh yeah, it does. It's not even the same.
Or they're taking all the good stuff out of it.
Yep.
All the bacteria that your stomach needs.
Yep. That's the reason they call it now. It's called probiotics.
Yeah, now they're selling the probiotics separate, and it's all in the milk.
A pill for it.
There you go. There
You got yogurt. They got it in yogurt. They give you a pill for it. Yeah, it's probiotics. The stuff that they should have been letting you drink the whole time.
Yep. I drank from a kid until I was in my 30s, right out of the ball tank. And I've been to the doctor once in my life, and that's what was with my heart, where it was hereditary.
Yeah.
Well, Russ, you may remember this. There was a time when butter was so very unhealthy for you, and margarine was the healthy choice.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I remember that. Yeah.
That was
one
a lie.
molecule off
That'd
from
give you
plastic.
cancer.
Yep, it's margarine is one molecule away from plastic. It's all a lie.
Yeah,
Whatever they tell you not to do, I do exactly the opposite, and I'm just fine.
I never fell for it. Mine was always butter.
Yeah, we use butter. And we use stick butter particularly. And if I want it like for toast or something, I usually I have a bowl with a lid on it, and I'll put some in it, put it in the microwave for a few minutes to soften it up so I can put it on my toast.
Look it up. An egg is a superfood. One of the biggest
it is.
Superfoods there is.
Very tasty.
Dutchman's Wood Shack's over there on Facebook, and he said hi to you.
Hello.
Where do you get your inspiration, Dixon?
Everywhere. All my life, I even you can listen to the smartest person and the one that's not so smart, and all of a sudden, bing, you'll hear something that the guy that's not that sharp say something that's like, holy crap, you never thought of it. But that's what I do. It's from everywhere.
Cool. Jim?
I'm not here.
I haven't got you. You're not next on the list.
Really?
Oh, okay.
See,
yeah, you are.
Yeah.
And I'm next.
Okay, go to Al.
Right.
I was ready to
Al.
write something.
Well, I was looking at something else real quick so I could show. But anyway, Al, go ahead.
Well, I'm kind of like Dixon. I'll watch, the Steve Ramseys and the me's, okay, on the other extent, and I can usually find something interesting. The key, I think, is to research and look. I've been doing the tall ship thing lately. I've been looking at pictures, just trying to, get a design sense of what I'm trying to do. And I always come up with something else. There's always something new, some different perspective to see it from, or to some other idea that the dumb guy, has been doing and works and stuff, or the smart guy who's, making these big old folding shelves, and selling you plans or whatever. But it's everybody has some type of input always. I mean, at least to me. And I decide which is right and which is an illusion. Okay, sorry.
Right. Exactly. Delusional.
I agree with you. I get all my stuff from anywhere and everywhere. I see something Jim or Steve Good makes. I like it. I make it. Sometimes I even turn it to printed 3D projects. I see a picture online I stumbled across, and I was like, wow, that would look great as a scroll saw project. So I'll turn it into a scroll saw project. So, I get my ideas from anywhere and everywhere. So
I think the most important place that I didn't mention, the most important place to get an idea is it's a lot of people don't have this. It's a real heavy imagination.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I can, like that company BSF. I look at something and right away I look at it and I can see how I can make it better, or come up with so many ideas.
Well, there's a lot of scroll saw patterns that work great for embroidery patterns, and let's make
laser too, guys. Laser too.
Yep.
Yeah. Jim.
Well, I was looking through my favorites list on YouTube, and I came up with a few of them. But I think, a few years ago, I don't know when we all met before Atlanta and all that stuff like that, when I got involved with the YouTube woodworking thing, and I kind of fell into this Steve Ramsey thing because that guy was really the gateway drug dealer for woodworking. Just, I always had worked with my dad doing construction work and stuff, and I mean, I could frame anything, I could do stuff like that, but making stuff like that's where Steve Ramsey really got into. But now I've kind of switched over since I got all these tools in the shop and stuff, and I like Frank Howard a lot, and Carl Jacobson and Ken. Moon.
Yeah.
I mean, I get a lot of inspiration from those guys. There's a guy on there now that's doing the same thing that Steve Ramsey used to do a lot. His name's Matthew Peach. I watch him a lot. He's a good one for little stuff and kind of teaches you stuff that you can sell and things like that. But
Matthew.
the last couple of Matthew Peach.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the last couple of Steve Ramsey videos that have been on there, he's getting back to little stuff now too, instead of going off to what he was doing before. But
I tell you that Frank Howard, I don't think there's anything that man can't make.
he's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and it's technical stuff too. I'm not just talking about going out and turn a bowl. I'm talking about he makes a machine to do something that he wants to make. He makes a machine for that.
Yeah. But he's got
Like,
the imagination too.
Yeah, he goes like, I want to make this antique chair, but it has to have these special joints in it or whatever. And so I'm going to make a machine to make those joints so I can make this antique chair. So, yeah,
but I
he's that
also
type
kind of like, I mean, we've been getting into lasers and stuff. That Louisiana hobby guy is really good with lasers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, Louisiana hobby guy. I've learned several things off of watching him do some of the stuff.
Pawpaw's workshop is pretty good too. I'd like to have him on the show. I think
Yeah,
I asked him, he said he'd come on, but we gotta try to revisit that. So I mean, just guys like that.
Heirloom Gang calls. He says, "I'm not real fond of the guys who have a hack for everything."
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Show me how to do it the right way.
And Lynn's Handcrafted Woodshop says he likes Matthew Peach.
Yeah,
Matthew Peach is great. Yeah,
his plans were what I got for the folding shelf, and I use it every day. It's great. He's got some good stuff, and I made Paul did too. A tree thingy for outside, to hold your planter. He's got that, and now he's got some Christmas stuff too.
And he had a lot of Halloween stuff too.
Yeah, he does. He does a seasonal, and this is stuff that he says, do this and sell it. That's And I put him out there in the chat too, for those that don't know who he is. And I'm trying to find the Louisiana hobby guy. They've got a website that's really, really good and has light burn settings and stuff, and artwork and stuff. Yeah, if you haven't seen that one, check out now I'm trying to find it on YouTube.
I would like to get him on the show, but they've got him and two other guys have a show like right
now,
same time we do. Yeah.
Right now, yeah.
Or it's like it would start 6 minutes from now.
Or something, yeah.
Yeah, it depends on what communist time zone you're in.
Do I get turned?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead. We're not through yet. We got 6 or 8 more minutes. Go ahead.
Actually, most of my ideas come from necessity. I need something. I think about going and buying it, look at how much I'm paying for what I'm getting, and I'll be damned, and I go build it myself.
Right.
And then Jackie gives me some ideas and YouTube and all that stuff.
Like your daughter's table, it was a necessity. You wanted to make it for her, and you did it.
She asked me to build her table, and it was for my daughter, so I dug deep for her.
Turned out great.
And the cradle
turned out fantastic.
The cradle too.
The cradle, I knew I was building it for somebody that was limited on space and all that. So I made it. I took plans for a regular cradle and redid it a little bit so it could be taken apart and like slid under a bed or something.
Right.
Yeah.
Cause I know all about trailer park living.
Yeah, well, you say that comes out of necessity and you can make it cheaper than, well, sometimes it's not true. There's a couple of times, there's a couple of times that I've sit down and figured up. I don't remember what the last thing was, but I sit down and figured up because my wife even said, "You see this?" And I said, "Yeah, that's how much." Yeah, okay. She says, "How much would it take if you had to build that? How much?" I said, "I would pay for more for the materials than what you can buy the whole thing for." So sometimes we do that, especially if it's something that's not. I'm going to say, I don't want to put it, an everyday use kind of item that might wear out easier because we bought it and I didn't make it, that kind of thing, like shelving. She saw some shelves the other day and there were nice little scalloped ends on them and everything. Heck, they had 3 of them for like 18 or 19 bucks. They were 24 inches long, 6 inches wide. I can't buy the wood for that.
Not anymore.
Yep.
So, yeah, I said, yeah, buy them. Go ahead. I mean, even if they're particle board, you're going to hang them on the wall. They're going to put whatnots on them. So, I mean, they're not like they're under stress or anything.
But generally, if I see something like that and I see it made out of particle board, I'll spend the extra $20 or something.
Yeah.
You can't make what I call knick-knack paddywhack Walmart stuff because you go there and you can get 5 for $1. Well, you're wasting your time. You might as well buy the 5 for the $1.
Exactly.
But especially all that. When we go in my house, I'd rather just do it right.
Yeah, you can't compete with them or Hobby Lobby. Although Hobby Lobby has some high-end stuff in it if you go in there and look at certain stuff. Like I went in there before looking for a certain thing and I was like, how much for that? Ain't no way I'm paying you $100 for that to hang on my wall.
Yeah. We were at it was Hobby Lobby today to get some stuff and this gal was like, "Oh, that's the coolest church thing I ever saw." It was like a painting thing with wood. It was almost intarsia, but it wasn't. And it was like $70. And I'm looking at that like, geez, there's no way I'd pay $70 for that.
Yeah. The stuff that's popular now is the crap we had it hanging in the barn back in the 60s. Holy crap!
Oh yeah. Yeah, we had that one guy that was on my show, and a real popular thing now. Especially, we don't have it so much down here, but up north, like in Virginia, West Virginia, North Carolina, in those areas like at Tennessee, maybe Kentucky, is the old barns that were made out of real wood. They actually go in there. Sometimes the people will say, just tear it down. I'm tired of it being here. They'll tear it down and sell the wood and make thousands off of it.
Yep, barnwood. Yep, that was a big thing here in Wisconsin. They would pay you big bucks to buy your barn, and they made up a pile off of it because it was all aged already, and they sold it for big money.
Mm-hmm.
Taking these barns down.
A friend of mine. This has been years ago, but he was redoing some stuff in his house, and I went in his family room, and he had Pecky cypress on all the walls in his family room. And you talking about beautiful? I mean, just absolutely beautiful. And I looked at him. I said, "Where in the heck you paid a fortune for this?" And he said, "No, I didn't. I didn't pay nothing for it." And I said, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, me and my dad tore down this building. I don't remember what it was right now. And in the whole inside of the building was lined with Pecky cypress.
Oh.
And we caught all that Pecky cypress and we stored it in the barn. And he said, there's about, we've been using it over the years. He said, there's probably enough out there to do this room one more time. But he said, we got paid to tear the building down and we got all that wood for free. So we just stored it in the barn." Yeah.
I was like, going on in North Carolina.
My last house that I sold, the basement had a bar and a half on one end and a big stone fireplace on the other end, and the whole basement was barnwood. The beams on the side and everything was all barnwood.
Barnwood, yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
We got a place up here. Dutchman's Wood Shack might know about this place. It's up in Barrington, Illinois. That's got, all they do is have wood from barns in it, but man, they want so much money for it.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Buy it.
Yeah, they got it for free. Some of them did. I mean, then the people kind of wised up and said, "Oh, I'll let you tear my barn down for a couple of grand or something like that." You know what I'm saying? The people got smart and going like, "Hey, you're taking my wood and taking it and selling it and making a fortune off of it. So I'm going to make something off of it."
Yep.
I think my
But
best
no, I-
score was the gym I belonged to was doing the locker rooms over, and all the wet areas were boxed in with cedar planks, and they were ripping it all out and just tossing it in the dumpster. I said, no. I'm going to work out and leave my truck sitting beside the dumpster. You know what I'm saying? So I drove home that day with a full load of cedar boards. All I had to do was denail them.
Yeah, the Dutchwood Woodsack says he likes people to try to do the 1800s woodworking and lathe work. Yeah.
We built my dad's
Well, you
hobby
can't-
barn for out of our wooden silo that we tore down. We had a wooden silo, all wood.
Yeah, I like to saw the other day the guy goes like, "I make everything around here by hand," and I'm like, "Okay, pretty cool." So he goes over there and he puts a bowl blank on the lathe and he turns the lathe on. And he starts turning. I'm thinking to myself, "Dude, that's not by hand. That's a machine. By hand is if you sit out there with an axe, one of those forked looking axe, and chop out the inside of the bowl first. You know, that's by hand." So I was like, "Give me a break. You ain't doing it like by hand."
Or at least a foot powered lathe. Okay.
Yeah, there you
That's
go.
what I call
If
it.
you use a foot powered lathe, you're footing there pedaling with your foot, then yeah, I could go with that.
I could
Well,
call it
Roy
custom
Underhill.
crafted. I have some custom crafted back scratchers.
Yeah,
Somebody had a chuckle over that.
Or like that one that the Woodwright used that had the spring on
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
it. You could scratch
Roy
the back
Underhill,
end
yeah.
with the lathe.
Roy Underhill. Yep.
yeah. Roy Underhill. Everybody
That guy's
remember
a
Roy
nut.
Underhill?
I think
Yeah,
I
do
find
it.
his,
Now he does everything by hand.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I do everything
everything
by hand on my CNC.
Yeah, I do it by hand. I have to push the button to start it.
Yeah, you got to program it.
There was this guy on a very short-lived TV show. I think he was up in the Seattle area, and people brought things from around the town for him to restore or repair. I just remember the name of it.
I
he
think
did-
I vaguely remember something like that.
He redid the trolley car with
Yeah,
his daughters, and he did a steeple for one of the buildings in town by using most of the original and just patching in and fixing
Yeah.
things. Great show. The guy was a master craftsman. I just don't think the show grabbed enough people because it disappeared suddenly.
since you mentioned that, it's Jim. You kind of like live near him. Andy Berkey, is it? That his shop burnt down.
Andy Berkey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andy Berkey.
Have you been by? How's the shop? I haven't seen anything.
He actually is getting it rebuilt. I haven't talked to him for a while, so I gotta next time I go down to Rivian, I've got to go.
I noticed he
Okay,
don't
I'll
post
do
as much
something.
since that
Yeah, he
happened.
doesn't.
He used to.
Well, he doesn't have any place to post anything from.
Well, I figured he'd just give some kind of updates, but I haven't even seen any updates. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll get with him when I go down there. I'll probably get it. Actually, next week I got to go back down there. So.
yeah, get with him and find out what's going on. I like to hear an update.
The group I usually caught his posts on, don't nobody post there like they used to.
What's that?
No, they
Which
don't.
group?
I like to make stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's several groups that don't do. I was looking the other day at Southern Woodworkers. That's kind of went. There ain't hardly anybody post on that as much as they used to. You know, the whole. In all sincerity, if you'll look at all the people, like for instance, when I started this 10 years ago, 8 years ago, however long it's been, I don't remember. But there was a group of people that were going really hard at it and making a lot of stuff. And Braxton Worthen was one of them. The guy that just passed away, that redheaded
Chris
Patrick.
Chris Cute.
Right.
Patrick. Yeah, Patrick, Chris Cute. That group that really got into it really hard to try to, I want to say, make something out of themselves. If you've noticed, it's just went kind of like dried up.
I think our group here is the only one that's really stuck together.
Yeah, I mean, they have really just kind of like dried up and faded away. You don't see that anymore.
Found out they ain't gonna make no money on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah. No, not unless unless you run around with a pair of blue glasses and an orange hat and your name's Blimpy and you do stuff for kids, then you get thousands and thousands of views.
Yep.
Or the Miss Rachel, who does stuff for kids, she gets, or you're into a gaming and you play these video games and you or your two kids, you get them to all kind of brand new toys because they're given to you by sponsorship, and you finally get them on Nickelodeon, and they have their own show on Nickelodeon. Yeah. Oh yeah, all that stuff makes really good stuff.
Or if you, unless you're somebody that gives them millions of views, and something happens to your channel, you can't get nobody that out with.
I want to talk about this for 1 second, and I'm not mad at these people that do this because I think they're brilliant, and I think why didn't I think of this stuff, But this woman and man and woman literally videotape their kids doing stuff, and they would buy them stuff. They turned their like living room into a playground. And they would buy this like blow up houses and all this kind of stuff, and they'd video them filming it. They'd have swimming tube fights with them. They would do all kinds of just stuff with the kids. Well, they became very popular.
Yeah,
I mean, very popular to the point that they were getting like millions of views. They have their own Nickelodeon show now.
Yeah, they were making millions on YouTube because they had like 4 or 5 million followers. And then the youngest kid was the highest paid. Their kid, they started out at like 4 years old, and it's the highest paid kid on YouTube. They're making millions and millions of dollars a year.
They made so good. Yeah, they made so good that Nickelodeon approached them, and the older kid has his own show on Nickelodeon.
They had to get a giant warehouse because so many companies was sending them toys, and the kids would play with the toys.
Yep, and they were able to build them a brand new house with a bigger living room. Or no, take that back. Yep. They have a living room. They were able to build a brand new house with a big playroom instead of their living room. Oh yeah, I'm like
the one that got me that really made me mad was I was looking actually I think my housemate showed it to me, and I went looking at her. And her channel had 750,000 some odd viewers and all. Yep. She was showing people how to throw things away.
Luke Towan is a professional artist, and he's doing dioramas for HO scale train stuff, and he's making $18,000 a week. Wow. He's got over 3 million subscribers, but he's a master at it. But
he's just making HO train stuff. What did you cut with the laser?
He started out, he's an artist, so he started out younger as doing dioramas, and now it transitioned into HO scale train stuff. So now he's doing a layout, but he's doing all these dioramas that you can insert into his layout. $18,000 a week he's making.
Wow.
I think he's over. He's over 3 million subscribers.
Yeah, but you see now that I understand. People watching these people playing games and they're making millions of dollars off their YouTube videos. That I don't get.
Or telling
people I can watch how to clean out a closet. Yeah, I can watch Roy Underhill. I can watch people like that. Norm Abrams. I can watch people like the New Yankee Workshop. I can watch people that do stuff like that. And I wish that they made more than what they do. But this guy sitting here playing on a stupid video game and videotaping it and getting millions of views and making all that, I think it's some stupid. That's as bad as playing video games. Well, I can't say that because I do play some video games,
and you watch them too.
They're into video games like we're into all of these hobbies. We look at it totally different. They're into the same thing. You can pick a hobby and you wouldn't believe the money spent. I don't care what hobby.
And here's an eye opener, and Al, you probably know this already. There are scholarships to university and college for gaming.
Yes, there are. Yes, there are.
My son,
one of my friend's kid he's up for a decent scholarship to BU for that. I think it's.
I just want to make a confession real quick. Yes, I got into some game. I've got a PlayStation 2. I've got an Xbox 360. We have a Nintendo game system, whatever. I can't think of the name of it right now. But
Well,
anyway,
they used to
but the
have
biggest one
NES?
is
An
the
NES?
I know I can't think of the name of it. It's the one that with the motion thing where you could do exercises.
It
And
used to
Wii,
be the
the Wii.
Wii.
the
Was one of
Wii,
them.
the Wii,
Wii.
the Wii, the WII. Yeah, the Wii.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, the funnest one that we had was it's a computer game that you can download. And it's called Bigfoot.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you
you
go
Bigfoot,
after
baby.
Yep.
I got that game because of you, Russ.
Yeah,
Me too.
Don't let them catch you. Don't let them catch
me
you.
and my kids, my grandkids, we had one of them at their house. Gage was over at his house. We had my wife in the bed. She was playing it. I was on my computer, and we had, I think it was Levi, our other grandson, in our room. I took this. This is a gaming laptop I do my show on. I put Bigfoot on this, and I put it in there. So we had all four of us playing at Bigfoot at one time. I don't want to tell you, we had so much fun for 2 or 3 months. We played that game, and we had so much fun. It's with the grandkids. I played it with the grandkids. They were hilarious. What a Roy one time got so scared he got up and quit the game because Bigfoot started attacking him and he didn't know how to stop him. And he's like, Papa, help me, Papa, help me. And I said, I'm shooting him. I'm trying to get him off of you. So, yeah, those
They'll
are
go
great.
home and have nightmares.
Yeah, those are great memories. I mean, really great memories. So, yeah.
I'll show you the extent of my. Here's the extent of my gaming.
Oh, yeah, Tetris. I played that.
It's called Bubble Pop. That is about the only video game.
Tetris. I played Tetris years ago. I had it on my phone. That's a fun game. But
Hey, one thing that Steve Good said the last time he was on the show, it was kind of like a come to Jesus moment for me when we were talking about selling our stuff and what people like and what people don't like. And Steve said, it's a really big world out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know, so it's like not exactly what you might think is a good thing to do, but man, just because you wouldn't do it, somebody else does.
I'm telling you, you can pick a hobby and dig into it, and it's crazy. And I'll give you an example. This is no kidding. Look up. There's actually a spam club. People that eat spam and the dishes, and you can get into that so deep like everything else. My son couldn't believe what guys are paying for this railroad stuff, the money involved. And I said it's like that with every hobby. I said it's crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Here's another good one to go check out, guys. Chris just put this in here. The Craftsman.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. So I didn't know he moved over to the Magnolia Network. That's why I lost track of him.
The Magnolia Network, huh?
Yep.
I say. Oh, no.
It's that couple down in Texas that I think it's about as phony as a $2 bill. Honestly.
On HGTV.
Hey, did you guys ever notice YouTube, Russ, while I'm watching you on a different TV now? YouTube is getting crazy. They'll insert commercials.
Commercials. Yes.
Every couple
of
minutes.
They're doing that. And there's nothing you can do about it.
No, they're.
Yep, they're doing. They've already sent me a letter saying that we were going to start introducing commercials in all live streams. You've got a box you can check about how many you want, or it kind of gives you an idea. Do you want them all the time? Or you want them some of the time? You want them in the middle or something like that? But other than that, I think the only way you're going to get out of it is if you're one of those millionaires. Or one of those people that makes millions for YouTube.
Yeah, the big dogs. Yep.
Yeah.
I've got
just real quick,
I'd
like to say something. Brian Woodward says I play video games because of my ADHD. It won't let me watch TV. I will tell you something I learned years and years ago that I went to some people's grandparents' house and they had a Nintendo system, and the woman was playing Mario Brothers, and I asked you, I said, oh, wow, she's into video games. And the doctor, and I did some research on this, so I know it's true. The doctor told her she was showing signs of Alzheimer's, and that she needed to boost her brain. She needed to keep her brain as active as possible. And one of the things that he said they did a research on was video games.
Yep.
And he told her that playing video games kept not only your motor skills going, but your brain functioning going too. When you, because you have to have have that cognitive reaction or whatever to play the game or whatever. And so I did a study on it, and it is true that playing video games helps very, very, very much on Alzheimer's. He plays his for ADHD, so yes, it has its good points. It does. It really does.
And the worst thing you can do is when you get older is watch TV.
Yeah,
you'd be better off playing the games.
Yeah, I'm just saying I'm not addicted. I don't mind. Like if my grandson comes over and says, "Hey, Papa, you want to play some Bigfoot?" I'll be like, "Yeah, let's go play some Bigfoot." Or he goes, "Hey, Papa, you want to go do some scroll sawing?" "Yeah, let's go do some." I mean, I usually try to cater to them. I try to get them in the wood shop. But yeah, it is what it is. So I just love spending time with them. So, all right, guys.
Hey, what time is it, Russ?
Huh? It's
what time is it?
Out of here. It's 9:27 or 17.
8:15 real time.
Yeah, 8:15. So yeah, it's time to get out of here. What?
Keep going.
Who?
Keep going.
Who? What? Where?
Yeah.
What? When? Where? How? Why? So thank y'all all for being out there. I appreciate it. Every one of you that's been out there. Dutchman's Wood Shack, Brian Warner, Lynn's Handcrafted Wood Shines. James Parker was out there earlier. Heirloom Gang Calls. Dan Inge from Dan Inge Woodworking. Michelle Marcoux. Aussie Man was out there. So all y'all, JJE was out there. I appreciate y'all for being out there. Jim Dockrell was out there for a while. Hi, Jim. I think I did say something about you being out there earlier, but I forget. But thank y'all all for being out there and watching. I appreciate it. Listen, it's time for us to say goodbye.
Yeah.
But if you're too darn busy to get out in your shop, you're sitting on your butt, not doing anything, and watching TV and playing video games, or you're just too darn busy. So get out in your shop, make some sawdust, print something on your 3D printer, cut something with your laser, as in my case, do some embroidering.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of things. Sublimation, go put a cup in a heat press and make it, do something. Get off your butt.
Ross, you gonna do a video of making those cups?
Yeah, I can do a video. It's actually pretty easy. So yeah.
Notice he didn't say he will. He said he could.
Good. Yeah. All right. Just give me sawdust. Lots of sawdust all around me and everywhere. I like it flying all around my shop and even in my beard and hair. And in case of embroidery, it's thread in my beard and hair. Good night, everybody. Thank you for watching.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And no matter where you go, there you are.
Yep. And do it just for fun, guys. But what Chris said,